Hey everybody, this is Pastor Scott here at Faith Ponderings, and I am looking out my window today as it had just rained last night, rained most of the evening, and I'm just sitting here in this space of a little bit melancholy. There's a little bit of discouragement happening in my life, and I can feel the weight of that word, discouragement. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe you have been there too. That word discouragement is kind of heavy. It's not always a sudden crash, but maybe a slow leak. It's the feeling that you're running a race where the finish line just keeps moving. Or that your fulfillment that you've been working so hard towards in your career, your family, or your personal growth, it's perpetually just out of reach. It's kind of like that carrot and the rabbit, right? If you woke up today feeling a little bit like that, your get up and go is kind of gone and left. Maybe it stayed in bed, I don't know. I want you to know that you're not alone in that. Today, for just a few minutes, we're going to sit together in this space and look at this area of discouragement and what it means for you and for me. Because if we were to think about it, we live in a culture that treats fulfillment like a trophy we're supposed to collect, I don't know, by the age of 30, maybe 40, 50. And we think if we just land the right role, write the right words, or hit just the right milestone, that the discouragement will just evaporate. Pop, poof, there's gone, evaporate in the air. But the reality of the human experience and the walk of faith is often much grittier, much more visceral than that, isn't it? We find ourselves in the in-between seasons, the waiting period, the not yet moments. And we have the vision of where we want to be, but the daily grind of life feels like it's eroding our vision. Have you been there? Sometimes we just get worn on the road of service, of love, of all the different things that we do in life. And when we feel discouraged, it's usually because we've lost the sight of our why, or because of the how has just become so exhausting. We wonder if God has just moved on to someone else with more talent or someone who is more productive in the faith. But today I want to challenge you on that thought. I want to dispel that notion. Because the Bible doesn't shy away from discouraged people. It actually is full of them. Think of the bards and the prophets who are incredibly honest about their weariness. Psalm 34:18 tells us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." He's close to you. He's close to me. Notice that he doesn't say that God waits for you to get your act together, to get it all figured out, for him to come close to you. He is already there in the crushing, in the pressure, in the weight of your discouragement. He's there. And then there's this invitation from Jesus in Matthew 11:28. I love this verse. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened." Maybe you know this verse. "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you" what? Not another 3-mile marathon. I will give you rest. The fulfillment we're looking for isn't always a change in our circumstances. Let me say that again. The fulfillment that we're looking for isn't always a change in our circumstances. I think many of us, we feel like when things get tough, we kind of subconsciously, we want to escape. We want to move on to something else, a new task, a new adventure. But I think in those circumstances itself, that's where true faith galvanizes us and moves us into a deeper relationship with God. You see, true fulfillment, it's found in the rest that comes from knowing our value isn't tied to our output. Let me say that again to the ones in the back. Your value isn't tied to your output. You are seen, you are known, and your current season of struggling does not mean that you have failed. It just means that you're human. I'm human, you're human. In Galatians 6:2, we're told to carry each other's burdens. You weren't meant to be a solo trekker in life. You weren't meant to just go out and do this by yourself. No man is an island, as the famous poet once said. Sometimes fulfillment isn't found in reaching our own goals, but in the simple, quiet act of being present for someone else and letting them be present for us too. See, there's a specific kind of grace that only flows through the hands and the voices of our friends and community. And if you're struggling today, if you're facing discouragement, reach out. Don't wait for the perfect time to be vulnerable. And I know it's challenging for each of us to disclose those things that we are struggling with, that we're feeling discouragement over. But there is fulfillment in reaching out and sharing that burden. And this is just a really brief conversation today in Faith Ponderings, and I figured I'd turn on the video and chat with you for a moment. But as we wrap up this episode of Faith Ponderings, I want to leave you with a bit of hope. Just like the rain has stopped in my neighborhood and now the sun is out, the sun is going to come up tomorrow if you're discouraged today. Sorry, Orphan Annie, I'm taking your quote. Maybe it's much deeper than that. But the sun will come out tomorrow, and the mercies are going to be new. They will be. God's mercies are always there for you. You don't have to figure it all out today. You just have to take a breath. Take your next breath. And maybe your next step, a small step, but a step nonetheless. So before we head back out into our day, wherever you're listening to this today or watching it, I want to leave you with two questions, just two to ponder. The first is this: what is one burden that you've been carrying, trying to carry by yourself all alone, that you could share with a trusted friend this week? What is that one thing? And I know, again, it's vulnerable to be able to space yourself or go into those moments and share something like that, but what is that one burden that you're carrying alone that you can share with a trusted friend? And who is that friend? Can you name that person? Maybe you want to shoot them a text today. Maybe you want to call them or connect with them over coffee or whatever beverage you prefer. And just share. Be vulnerable. Have the guts to do that. The second question is this: if you stopped measuring your success by your achievements today, what small, beautiful thing could you find fulfillment in right now? I'm saying we need to put those success, achievement things away and look at the beauty that God has placed before us, those micro blessings every day. His grace is there. His mercies are new for us. What is that one beautiful thing that you could find fulfillment in today? Look for it. Be an avid searcher of God's grace, God's love, God's beauty today. Look around you. And maybe in that searching and that viewing of God's fulfillment and love, you'll discover that discouragement will lessen. As you unload it on a friend, as you share that with someone, and then you also look for God's blessings, things are going to change drastically, amazingly. That's it today. As I've been sitting out looking out my window, feeling a little bit of that discouragement, maybe you are there too. Maybe you could encourage me. Maybe send some comments my way. And I wanted to let you know that I'll pray for you too. So if you have discouragements that you would like to share with me, that's what I'm here for. I would love to be a part of your journey today too. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening. Be kind to yourself today. Let yourself off the hook for just a bit. God is there with you. He will provide you the strength, but you need to rest as well. I'm Pastor Scott Strissel, and this has been another episode of Faith Ponderings. God bless you, and take care.